Hey, this is Paris. I'm back with another video, and today, Ubisoft Massive Red Storm, they had a Division 2 special report, and it was about the Dark Zone and PvP. A lot of it was the footage that we were able to capture when we went to Red Storm back in December. So, talked about the Dark Zone South, talked about Dark Zone East, saw PvP with skirmish and domination. But what I wanted to do in this video was capture some stuff that we didn't get to see and we didn't get to play when we were at the event. And this is more specifically the Dark Zone West, aka Georgetown. And what you're going to see in this video is, this was from their live stream. It is Julian Garrity, the creative director over at Massive, and Matthias, I might be saying that name wrong and I do apologize, Matthias Carlson, he's the game director over there at Massive as well. They're going to talk about the Dark Zone West, kind of describe Georgetown, how it lays out as far as gameplay goes. They're going to talk a little bit about the rogue loop, the risk reward of Manhunt, and more specifically Dark Zone perks, which I think you guys would really love to hear. Matthias Carlson. I'm just going to keep it going. Pretty sure that's how you say his name. Matthias Carlson, game director. So once that plays, it then rolls into a pre-recorded video, which is talking about the anti-cheat and servers. They had an anti-cheat and servers community QA during the alpha. So it was some of the people that got participated in the alpha, some of the questions that they were asking. And I'm not going to butcher these names, but it was Jan and Duran. Jan is the senior online infrastructure engineer, and Duran is the senior gameplay programmer for the Division 2. And they kind of talk about the stuff that really interests me, which is things that they're doing to put in place for anti-cheating and just kind of the server infrastructure globally and how that's going to work. So like I said, this is a quick little video. Like I said, it's directly from the live stream, so you don't have to fast forward through that and try and find it on your own. So I just want to hand it over to those guys. Hope you enjoy it. You like what I've been doing on the channel, quick little thumbs up, subscription would be greatly appreciated. But until the next time, this has been Paris, and I'll see you guys soon.
Speaking of, we talked about going rogue now, and as you said in the first game, kind of going rogue entails everything. It entails cutting the rope, for example, and it entails killing other players. And of course, as implied by our discussions, that's still something you can do in the Dark Zone, of course, or the Dark Zones, obviously. So how does that work in the Division 2? Like you go rogue, you steal stuff, and then you go disavowed.
Yeah, so I think I just want to make it really clear that don't think about this as different, disconnected experiences. No. It's really about one long gradient where you chose where to come in and how far to go. So we already covered the greed stealing part of going rogue, but disavowed is what we call the act of actually killing another player now. So that's when you get flagged in a different way. It's clear to everyone, like this player's now taken a life.
Yep.
And
I'm really hoping on the gameplay here that they will find another team and hunt them down.
They should.
Or get wrecked. I don't mind either way. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but and then of course that is, if you want to, the beginning of a journey all the way up to triggering Manhunt. Right. Where Golden Skull, that's not going to time out, right? So this very similar to the first game. Clearing Manhunt status is matter of going to these terminals, right? But what we added now in Division 2 is the ability to, once you get to one, because you're gonna have free active, choose to elevate your status even further, reducing your way out, so to say, to now 2. And then you can do that again and have 1 left, which is really about giving players more tools who like that experience to kind of tailor it to how much risk reward do I want? How much do I think we can handle? Or alone too, if you're so inclined.
And what we're seeing here, I mean, we're just by a canal. One of the canals of the Dark Zone, and you'll notice that Georgetown, Dark Zone West, is the location where, and I'm not giving away too much, but this is where the DC-62, the yellow powder, was sprayed to try and contain the virus, to try and neutralize the effects of the virus. Didn't work out. Within the context of what was happening at the time, it turned out that this was ultra toxic. So you're going in, this is a dangerous place. There's lots and lots of stuff. It's absolutely gorgeous. There are so many things to discover here. And as you can see, it looks so different from the rest of the map.
This is such a serene scene as well until you start looking at the details. That's when it counts. Can you agree?
Yeah. The bodies in the water, that type of thing. But we're not here to do sightseeing either. I mean, if you can go manhunt, that'd be great, because it is a loop that is super risk reward focused, and we do know that a lot of players love that loop. So this allows them to keep chaining those timers and to get as much from it as possible.
Sorry?
No.
I thought you were going to say something.
Just so polite.
Excuse me.
Connected, though, to the Dark Zone experience and the Dark Zone progression are new. Speaking of risk reward, and gaining something that you might actually lose later on, the Dark Zone perks.
Yep. Now, the Dark Zone perks, something that I think is awesome. And you're going to get perks based on your levels, which is what we're calling ranks for the Division 2. And we have 50 levels. Straight away, you're going to get some great perks. I think it's level 1, you get to carry 1 extra item for extraction. But then it goes to things that are so cool, like lowering the extraction timer. So these things, you're not going to want to lose these perks. So you're going to want to defend your Dark Zone level as much as possible. So again, it's little things like this that increase the depth of what we're proposing to all types of players in the Dark Zone. And that extends to one of the things that I know that Terry is so passionate about, which are the occupied Dark Zones.
Right.
Matthias, do you want to take us through what occupied Dark Zones are?
I think we're gonna wrap everything up, because we're kind of running out of time, because we're really good at talking.
All right.
But we're gonna tease, because there is something for you were talking about the people who really enjoys the manhunt loops. There usually are very hardcore players.
Yeah.
We do have something special planned for them as well.
Yeah, and it's really, the dev team, we're very excited about the original, very raw, vanilla Dark Zone that we launched with.
Friendly fire.
And we know that there's a sizable part of the Division community that love that experience. So this is yet another thing that we can do, given the fact that we have more than one. We have 3 Dark Zones. So any given time in endgame, one of them will be what we call occupied. And what that means is really that there's always going to be a place for players to go and have that original experience, meaning no normalization, friendly fire is always on, and risk reward is really turned to 11. So it's the place, if you like that experience of complete ambiguity, but also it's not just my player skill alone, it's really also my build versus yours. That's the place to go. And the cool thing with 3 is that this will rotate on a certain schedule. So it's not like, oh, if I want to play occupied, I'm stuck with playing only South, for example. Like it will change so that you really get to experience all 3, no matter what is your primary preference.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And for me personally, staying the hell out of that.
Yeah,
that's just me. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
It's been fantastic. We could obviously talk about the Dark Zone for a long time, but we need to cut. I think our producers back there are going crazy from talking. Yeah. So we're going to leave it there. But again, thank you very much. I hope to see you guys back on State of the Game. That is coming back. State of the Game is coming back. Don't worry about it. And I'll drag these guys in.
Cool.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
So we're not actually going to take a break. So during the alpha, we had an alpha forum for the players who were playing that under NDA and everything, as you probably know. But we took the opportunity to start a thread there where people could ask questions about things like server infrastructure and anti-cheat. So we put together a short video with a couple of those questions. So take a look at that, and then after that, we will be back with Redstorm to talk about PvP. So we will see you then.
Hi, my name is Jan Harrison. I'm a senior online infrastructure engineer with the division, and I do backend and infrastructure.
Hi, my name is Duran Fatih Güngör, and I work as a senior gameplay programmer on the Division 2.
Okay, well, we didn't intend to, but we definitely won't.
So Easy Anti-Cheat is basically our first line of defense, I would say, and it prevents the player from tampering with memory or the executable or the data itself. We moved on, and now it's more of an online cheat detection tool so that we can act on it instantly.
So I wouldn't say we rely on the cloud. We use the cloud to bolster what we already have. So we work with a hardware provider who gives us physical machines, very powerful physical machines. And then on top of that, we add the scalability of the cloud. So we try and get best of both worlds. So you get the really good performance of the bare metal, but you also get the expandability of the cloud.
Yes, it's always been proactive. We had the banhammers every week, and we have the offline data and the analyzers that give the reports, who used what cheat tools. And we've been without mercy, and coupled with our new cheat measures, it should be a much more fair ground.
So because of our scalable infrastructure, hopefully that would not happen. We have enough capacity in each region to be able to accommodate like almost the entire player base of Division 2 that we expect. But if you have a friend who is in US West and you're in Asia, then obviously one of you is going to have to make a compromise, and we will decide that for you.
We're gonna be transparent with the tick rates when the game releases, and right now we are testing on target hardware for the servers, so we are figuring things out. There can be like slight changes. We have done a lot of optimizations on the server side as well to support all the player simulation and everything around it. So we're gonna communicate that.
So there's going to be dedicated server infrastructure. Everyone will connect to a server, and the server will handle a lot of things, especially artificial intelligence and positioning in the game. It's the server that's authoritative.
We have addressed a lot of the player replication issues from the first game, the infamous chicken dance and the running in place bug. And this is all thanks to all the improvements and fixes that we did in the locomotion system and new animations and new animation systems.
Yes, we're planning on having coverage in South America, North America, Europe, Asia, Oceania, around 13 data center locations in total.
You can instead donate to charity, because if you use cheat tools, you're gonna be banned for sure. So.